In 1955, a 14-year-old African-American boy was abducted, beaten, and thrown off of a Mississippi bridge. Now, it was one of the most brutal and painful acts in American history, but it also set the wheels of the civil rights movement in motion. Now, all these years later, the Justice Department is actually reopening the case. Emmitt Koslof has a story of how this young boy and his death changed the country.
His name was Emmitt Till, and this was his picture right here. As you can see, he was just, a normal 14-year-old. This is how we should remember him. But there's another picture of him that changed the course of history, one that we're choosing not to show you this morning. It's a close-up of him in his casket, his face disfigured and brutalized. Here's a wider shot from his funeral, one that's a little less brutal. His mother, Mamie, saw his face and decided to leave the casket open. She wanted the American people to see exactly what she saw, just how brutal racism could be. She even let a photographer take a photo of her son, and it was published in Jet magazine. In 2000, she explained why she did this.
There's no way I could tell this story and give them the visual picture of what my son looked like.
Now, this all happened after this woman, 21-year-old Carolyn Donham, accused Till of making sexual advances towards her. She later told a historian this was a lie. Her husband and half-brother were accused of killing Till as retaliation and were brought to trial, but they were acquitted in less than an hour by an all-white jury in Mississippi. Now, all these years later, the Justice Department is reopening the case based on what they're calling a discovery of new information. So what would this mean if the case is finally resolved? Obviously, the murderers are either dead or extremely old. Till's cousin Deborah Watts told CBS it's about moving forward.
If this case gets solved and justice prevails, our country has an opportunity to heal.
All right, and again, we made the choice not to show Till's disfigured face this morning, but it can't be emphasized enough just how important it was that his mother insisted on it being out there. That image is often credited as invigorating the civil rights movement, moving us to where we are today. But Reese, I just hope that they find some justice out of all this, hopefully, 63 years later.
Yeah, it's incredible how things work, because with the revelations that she made on her deathbed that she had in fact misrepresented or just flat out lied about what happened, it's very angering, but at the same time, what you said about how it fueled the civil rights movement shows how these roses can grow out of the concrete sometimes.
I think Dave Chappelle said something like that in his stand-up, talking about, something horrible like that, something good can come from a lie.
Yep.
I saw that.
Yep.
That it's, 63 years later, I like to remember the good image that we have of that young man.
And amazing foresight that his mother had, too, to keep that casket
right.
open, because that couldn't have been an easy decision.
No. It's a horrible photo. You could get it all over the internet. We just chose not to do that here today.
Yep.
But yeah.
All right. Thanks a lot, Evan.